Hi, folks. We welcome you from the BMO Harris Bradley Center, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tonight, the first of our doubleheader. It is the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. And as will be observed all over the NBA today and tomorrow, a moment of silence for Craig Sager. Sager Strong lives on. The passing of our dear friend and colleague earlier today. Golden State Warriors coming up in the second game of our doubleheader. We are certainly going to flow into storytelling time when it is appropriate as Giannis Antetokounmpo hits the first shot. And Ernie Johnson and our crew produced it. It's not just us in front of the camera, right, D? It's so many lives that he touched. All of our camera operators, those in the truck, our audio personnel. You know, he
sees you with open arms, open hug. Welcome to see you.
And you know, I want people to understand this. He was more than just the colorful Blazers.
Yeah. And we'd have all the sound from Pop that we didn't get. And we weren't brave enough, but he was always the leader. No one's ever done it better from that perspective, for sure. Somebody who emulated Craig to try to do the job better. He set the standard, and then in these two teams. And Reggie, our first trip for TNT to Milwaukee as Jabari Parker goes all the way in. First time TNT.
Up and coming young team.
They got a foul and a basket as Jabari Parker. He had a full trunk of shoes. There must have been 50 pairs of shoes in there just to cover baseball. As Jimmy Butler on the layup coming out of the timeout. And the Bulls
to check in. He's had 2 concussions and time away. That has hurt the offense of Chicago.
Dwayne Wade answers on the other end.
Get up on good teams, being able to nail it home.
Pass was off the mark. It was all set up. Now Parker on the other end. Jabari Parker throws it down. Gets them on their feet. Is due back maybe before the year, the Bulls are hopeful. Inside Lopez. And the ball bouncing well. Ends up in the hands of Gibson.
The season has been amazing that his legs are finally back under.
And what I like about this is Jason Kidd has featured him. You know, obviously, the playmaker and the setup man on his team is Antetokounmpo.
They had some moments. Bucks are a rebuilding franchise, and this is the guy that's going to take them there. As Antetokounmpo gets a finger roll that time. And you're right. He picks up the dribble.
Yes,
at
he's
the
so
free throw
long.
line. Guys get him in positions that defenders can't comprehend either. And he can do that. The Greek freak buries the 3, and Milwaukee puts 30 on the board. It feels like the North Pole.
Yes, man, it is freezing around here.
Teletovic for 3. And Valentine, those long arms of Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo runs the floor, and a two-handed jam. The defense to the offense, and his skill set. All categories. That was the 08 Cleveland Cavaliers. It is a rare feat indeed, as Wade with the little runner.
We'll break down the other names now. Not too shabby there.
Ovagova kicks it. Monroe. One back inside. Needs to see one go through the hoop, and he finally gets one to go.
Like Butler and Wade, who can, you know, break down the defense, but you've got to have shooting on the edges. Case in point, nice pass there from Monroe to Antetokounmpo. Corner and didn't take it. He's not a three-point shooter. So it kind of just shows you the warts of this team for Chicago. That's Rondo's game right there. Between KG, who was here, kind of talking to Antetokounmpo and Jabari and Thonmaker, as Antetokounmpo with the 15-footer, of the knowledge of how the game is not only played but away from basketball. What a pass there by Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon puts it in the perfect pocket. And especially if you're the Bulls, who are packed in, as you mentioned, it becomes a very difficult challenge. Snell breaks free, and Brogdon finds him again.
And there's that length on full.
Now you're starting to hear the rumbles in Chicago about this team as Tony Snell buries the 3. The last thing Bulls fans wanted. Final 3 quarters against the T-Wolves, and the first 2 here tonight. New shot clock. Gibson comes away with a rebound. Lopez kept it alive, and the Bulls score.
Not the coach's fault. The players have to step up and play harder for their coach.
Butler, who always grinds it, goes all the way to the basket, scores. It counts.